George Muller. He lived in the 19th century. And he was a man of prayer. He became a follower of Jesus around his teenage years, early 20s, and in England, during just a really horrid time in England. There was, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of orphans, and they only had care for 3,600 orphans in all of England during this time. Many children lived on the streets or in warehouses. Many worked these crazy jobs, and they said that there was around 8,000 children under 8 years old who were in prison during this time. Children under 8 years old in prison. Muller started this. He saw this need. He saw this need that was out there and knew that God loved these kids, that God has moved him in this way. So he started an orphanage on nothing but prayer. Nothing but prayer. He never asked for a donation in his entire life. He had this vision for this, to teach these kids the truth of the gospel of Jesus, to clothe them, to educate them, to take care of them. And he said his chief vision, the chief reason he was doing this was to show that God is faithful, that he is good to us, that when we bring things before him, he is good to answer those. He said, this is the reason why I'm doing this, to show God's glory and beauty. So through this, through this ministry, and he's got these journals, he records over 50,000 specific answers to prayer in his life. Records them. He looks at them, praises God for these things. 50,000 specific answers. He says 30,000 of which were answered within that same day. Okay? So that's more than one prayer answered every day for over 62 years of his life. And he never, ever, again, I want to say that, for 62 years, he never asked anybody for a donation to this place. He said he just committed. The only one he asked was God. He never made this known to anybody. And people would find out during the annual report to see how God provided. And through this ministry, over $500 million was funneled in, that they took care of over 10,000 orphans. All because of this man's prayers. That's crazy, right? We serve a crazy good God. And if we would just take him at his word, if we would just believe and embrace his goodness, if we would just see the power of calling upon the Lord, imagine how different our cities and our world would look right now.